Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Wednesday, August 3, 2022. The Philippines has detected its first two cases of the BA.275 subvariant of the COVID-19 Omicron variant, the Department of Health said. DOH officer in charge Maria Rosario Vergara said the two individuals were from the Western Visayas region. One is partly vaccinated while the other is unvaccinated. Vergara said the exposure, travel history, and health status of the two individuals are still being verified, but they are now tagged as recovered. The variant, also called Centaurus, was first detected in India and is said to be more infectious and more immune evasive than the other subvariants of Omicron. Vergara said the severity of the variant is yet to be studied by health experts. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Rojin Salantes said the discovery of the Centaurus variant, together with the prevalence of the highly transmissible BA.5 subvariant, is a very bad combination. He added that with a very low number of samples being sequenced in the country, the discovery of the two BA.275 cases is a significant finding, with the possibility of more actual cases of the subvariant remaining undetected. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has ordered the Department of Agriculture to fast-track programs for coconut farmers during a meeting with officials of the agency in Malacanang on Monday. During the Laging Handa briefing, DA Undersecretary Cristina Evangelista said Marcos wanted the department to accelerate the programs for the 3.5 million coconut farmers in the country. Among the programs identified for the coconut farmers is a scholarship grant for their departments. Nothing justifies the use of nuclear weapons, and Southeast Asia should remain a nuclear-free region, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo said during the 10th Review Conference of the Treaty of the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons in New York that began on August 1. He added that the preservation of Southeast Asia as a region free from nuclear weapons is of fundamental importance. President Marcos assured election workers they will still receive incentives from the government through its targeted budgetary spending despite his decision to veto a proposed law to exempt from taxes honoraria, allowances, and other benefits provided for services rendered every election season. The administration is looking for ways to simplify the tax payment system, and having another category will only add more confusion and burden to the Bureau of Internal Revenue, as well as give an opening for leakage and red tape, he explained. President Marcos has appointed labor leader and former journalist Alan Tanhusay as Undersecretary of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. Prior to his appointment, Tanhusay was spokesman and advocacy director for the Association Labor Unions Trade Union Congress of the Philippines. Tanhusay had a combined 15-year tour of duty as a journalist for local tabloid and broadsheet newspapers and for a Manila-based Japanese television and newspaper which covers social and political issues before he was a spokesman for Workers and Policy Advocacy Director for the largest federation of unions, the Associated Labor Unions, and for the Labor Center TUCP for another 12 years. Topping business, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Governor Felipe Medalla wants the Financial Executives Institute of the Philippines, or FINEX, to support the lifting of the bank secrecy law. Speaking at a FINEX special membership meeting, Medalla said the central bank was requesting more authority so it could examine suspect bank accounts, particularly those possibly linked to illegal activities. Republic Act 1405, or the Law on Secrecy of Bank Deposits, was put in place in 1955 to ensure the confidentiality of all types of bank deposits, with the exception of those where the depositor authorizes disclosure during impeachment proceedings as per a court's order in cases of bribery or official misconduct, or in cases where the deposit is the subject of a legal dispute. The goal of the law was to prevent private hoarding and encourage people to deposit their money in banks so that it could be used for lending. Topping sports, the rematch of last season's Philippine Cup finale and the collision between the two squads, which play contrasting styles, make up the Final Four of the most prestigious tournament in the Philippine Basketball Association. Defending champion TNT tries to take a step closer to making its return to the championship round as it continues its title retention bid against Magnolia Templados, a team which it easily disposed of in 5 games last season. Both teams actually finished with the same 8-3 win-loss record. But the Tropang Giga went on to secure the number 2 seed, which led to their easier path to the Final Four. They easily demolished the league's newest squad, the Converge Fibraxers, 116-95 in the playoffs. The Tropang Giga and the Hotshots collide at 3 p.m. right before the main encounter between the San Miguel Beermen and the Meralco Bolts at 6 p.m. Rigoberto Tiglao and Father Ranilio Aquino are today's front page columnists. Tiglao hails former President Fidel Ramos as a military pillar of martial law, while Father Aquino discusses the Rome Statute and the Philippines. Today's editorial hits President Marcos's recent veto of a bill creating the Philippine Transportation Safety Board. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. On behalf of the Manila Times, this is John Seco reporting. Have a safe Wednesday ahead.
Our longest trusted English newspaper since 1898. Now available digitally. Computer. Order the Manila Times Digital Edition. Subscribed. Get the Manila Times Digital Edition for less than 2 pesos and 50 centavos per day when you sign up for 1 year. The Manila Times, news source of choice, trusted since 1898.